It is time. It is. It's big news time. One Piece. So One Piece Season 3 update, it is filming under the code name Arcadia, Arcadia, and will begin in late November and run through to next summer, right? And this is more exact November 24th, June 19th. I don't remember how this fits into, like, compared to Season 2. I think this is, like, mostly exp. I don't think this is anything out of the ordinary, from what I know. So that's one thing. Number two, there were also behind-the-scenes pictures of the legendary Luffy climb. Right there. We at least know that it is happening. They're not even changing it. Luffy will actually climb the Drum Island Mountains. Drum Kingdom Mountains. The Drum Mountains. The Weird Mountains. He will be climbing. So that is very, very neat as well. I can't wait to see this. I think this will go so hard in live action. I kind of hope they also add in the whole thing of, like, his rubber arm starting to break apart here. Sort of like we saw in Whole Cake Island, where, like, his arms are also starting to rip. I really hope they do the thing of, like, his arms starting to, like, freeze over from the frost, right? Because rubber's brittle. That would be neat. And then we got this. Most of this is just a promo video, but let's watch through this and then we'll yap about stuff. Because as usual, there's a bunch of very, very cool things in here. And, let's talk about them. So, the drip, I assume most of this is once again from cover stories. I'm pretty sure I recognize the Nami outfit. I don't recognize the rest. Neighbors.
Straw Hats are very, very excited to be...
I'm very excited. Gun and sword. Oh yeah, by the way. One thing I don't think we talked about with the Laboon stuff is how are they going to do the Luffy painting the thing? Painting like the thing. I'm looking forward to that. Do you think they'll have the thing they added in the anime where he starts sliding down and have the fingers and toes rip open? I don't remember even the differences. Are there differences between the manga and the anime where he climbs? I don't even remember that. I just remember the whole scene being miserable and that he was dying while climbing up.
Ready to go into the Grand Line.
So that's our first look at a log pose in 4K. I want this. I want this. This looks so cool. Also, people in my Discord were already talking about that this is a rare Nami glasses sighting. A very, very rare Nami glasses sighting. We don't get a lot of those.
Grand Line to search for the ultimate treasure, the One Piece.
Action.
Yes.
We're sailing into the Grand Line to look for the One Piece. Oh, I remember this was right around the time where I was starting to make my first, like, what is the One Piece theories. I think if you go back to Reverse Mountain, this is where you started hearing, like, the typical... I assume everyone falls for this trap. It's like, oh yeah, the One Piece is actually the friends we made along the way because we're just adventuring around and meeting all these people. I distinctly remember that was my first theory. Man, what a naive little boy.
It was One Piece. That's done an amazing job.
No, wait. No, wait. I'm pretty sure this is this is not canon right here. Like, you have a few behind the scenes pictures and like videos. I'm pretty sure that the Nerf gun fight is an extracurricular activity.
Amazing job of carrying this really important message.
Which...
Yeah, the fight choreography in this is going to go insane. Like, bro, look at this. Hell yeah. This is what I want from my live action anime. You need to make it look somewhat grounded, but just go all out. Let them flex with superhuman strength. That looked so cool.
I'm just so excited for fans to see it.
That's Tashigi. I was looking at this. They need to give whoever did her, like, hair and glasses, everything. They need to give them a raise. Because I was like, did they change the actors? This looks nothing like the actress. Look at this. Like, huh? She looks so completely different. Crazy. Could be a stun double. I think it's just like the hair and everything coming together to give her a completely different vibe. I don't know how they pulled it off, but she looks completely different. The only thing that I actually hadn't thought about is she doesn't really look that much like Kuina, right? And this is actually a thing that they had to think about in live action that would have normally never really been a concern in animation. Because, like, we're supposed to have the thing of Zoro looking at her and she needs, like, her face needs to blend into Kuina, right? But they're not that similar looking. So I don't know how they're gonna do this. We'll see. We'll see. I'll be very curious to see how the blue hair looks. Because blue hair is hard to get right. Blue hair can look very, very weird.
It'll show with the Straw Hat crew.
I say that as a guy with green hair pops up. So this, I think, is Zoro going ham against the dudes in Whiskey Peak. Is what I think this is. Also, bro, look at the sword. Bro's sword broke. Bro's sword broke. That's crazy. Whoops. I thought that was another person. Yeah, because she looks completely different. She looks completely different. Let's go through these. I think this is just behind the scenes. Yeah, I think this is just like Iñaki goofing around. And that's One Piece. Into the Grand Line. Is this something they're actually testing? Are they trying to test these like subtitles for their shows? Is this like another A/B test that One Piece is currently going through? Also, this frame is very pleasing to the eye. The way the rays fall like right is very pleasing to the eye. But that's it. That's it. There's not like too much like new footage in here, except for some of these like behind the scenes things. But all of this stuff in the carnival and stuff, we've seen most of this. The biggest things is like Tashigi, the thing we see in the bar where Zoro literally does a front flip, which goes unfathomably hard. Like, this is actually crazy how good it looks. I can't wait to see the fight sequences. We talked about the Sanji thing as well. Like, the Sanji kicks, those also went unfathomably hard, where he, like, literally bends physics itself. I can't wait to see how they do fights in Season 2. And they need to let my main man Usopp do something. They removed Usopp's highlights from, like, literally all of Usopp's highlights from Season 1. Y'all gotta let my boy shine. It seems we'll have more of these moments you wanted with the crew interacting more and becoming closer friends. I mean, I hope so. It's hard to say. It's very, very hard to say because I think a lot of what we're seeing right here, I think it's just, I think it's entirely behind the scenes. So it's gonna be like very, very hard to say how much of this, if anything, translates to screen. Because this is like after a take. This is just them being like, hell yeah. 027 looks like Luffy is scorched after being hit with the lightning. Yes, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think that's him after being struck by lightning. I think you're right on the money with that. Pretty sure, yes. Matt talked about the scenes of Usopp that weren't included in the final cut because he wasn't there for it because of the strike. I hope they reworked whatever that was into this season. I mean, a lot of Usopp's stuff was removed from whatchamacallit. I saw the ASMR thing. A lot of Usopp's story was removed from Arlong Park, and that was like the first moment where he really got to shine. And that was like so abrupt the way it was done in live action. Are the rest of the costumes just as clean as Season 1? We'll have to wait and see. But from the few scenes we get, yeah, they all look literally pristine. Like, this is literally them walking out of a try-on room. Like, bro, look at the clothes. They are meticulously folded, meticulously clean. Like, it's actually insane. Even Zoro is completely clean. Unfortunately, I do think that they will be... Yes, it will be like the main character could be anyone, and then these guys walk out with pristine clothes. So, I don't know. I hope what we see here is just like a 5-minute scene of them watching Sanji cook or something. Also, look at this. You know what that is? It's very, very interesting. I saw someone talking about it as well. It's very interesting that they're hiding literally everything about Drum Island. And by literally, I mean literally everything. We haven't gotten a single, like, meaningful shot of what Drum Island looks like. I guess they really want it to be like a huge spectacle surprise, even for the people who know what they're looking for. Where is this? Is this like also Whiskey Peak? Missed opportunity. They should have had the blue spirit mask here. Big missed opportunity. Very, very big missed opportunity. I wonder if they just haven't edited enough of Drum yet. Maybe. They could have at least given us like a single behind the scenes shot. Come on. Or the Saga King mask. That's not there either. You're right. I mean, this does low-key look like one of the... Wait, what were the masks the CP9 members used? Why is there no picture of the masks? These ones. I mean, that's not really a bear. Why are there no pictures of the masks? Water 7. Because I remember one of them had like a devil-ish looking mask. I guess we're not going to find out. Well, anyway. Interesting. This Loki looks like Who's Who helmet. Look at this. See, he's like red with two spiky boys. Red with two spiky boys, yellow eyes. See? This helmet is gonna talk to us about Joy Boy, in case you were wondering. Right here. There's another one right there, just in case you were wondering. This is gonna be Who's Who. Gonna tell us all about Who's Who. Look at bro's. Why are you so clean, bro? Like, bro is a pirate. He's wearing cleaner clothes than me. Like I literally don't leave my house. My clothes are dirtier than his. What the hell? It's crazy. I'd prefer weekly to batches. I mean, yeah, like whenever we're talking about releases, I will always tell you weekly. Maybe not always. 95% of cases, I think weekly is the best release model. And I think it applies to One Piece in particular because it's supposed to feel like a journey and not something you blitz through in a single afternoon. The reason why it works when you're binging the anime is because the anime is 1,000 episodes. And the anime has like so much padding that even though you're kind of blitzing through it, you will by default have to watch it over the course of days, if not weeks. So it works with the anime. It doesn't work with Netflix, because you can watch this in 7 hours. Do you like the idea of Luffy climbing the mountain just holding Nami and Sanji climbing on his own? The behind-the-scenes image makes it look like that's what's going to happen. I mean, hard to say. Where are the behind-the-scenes pictures? It does look like this is supposed to be like another person, but like, who knows? I think narratively, it makes more sense for like him to be carrying the both of them, but who knows? Could just be a cameraman also, yeah. I think narratively, because it's trying to convey that Luffy is like an insane captain who will literally carry his crew up to the mountain, like using his teeth, I think it should be both of them, right? But who knows? Who knows? I don't think it's like a make or break thing. Because it still conveys, as long as they do the whole thing of like Nami falls sick, Luffy immediately bows and says like, please, we need help. And like the way he completely shifts in his like attitude toward people, that's the story there. Everything else is kind of like flavor on top. You just need to see Luffy change. And then whether or not he carries the both of them, that's just like a... It maybe looks weird in live action, and that's pretty much the only reason why they're doing it. How long did it take you to go through the anime? I mean, you could just look at the videos. Koroto's Mystery Shack. Let's see. Koroto's Mystery Shack. One Piece. So this is May 7th, 2021. And I was caught up by the time Dressrosa was coming out, I think. I think I was caught up like right here. And then the rest of the videos were pre-recorded. So May 7th, 2021 until July 19th, 2022. I'm pretty sure this is when I was caught up. Because this is when I also started streaming. You think the launch is early 2026 or in the second half of the year? I think it's going to be early 2026. I don't think it's going to be like super late. But I don't know. Dressrosa. Yeah, these videos, like everything after this is pre-recorded. I was caught up like right... I literally talk about it in one of these videos, I just don't remember. One of these videos has like a segment from the present day Koroto, I just don't remember which one. I got caught up in the summer of 2022 because I had like a bunch of stuff happening in university and I couldn't allot the time properly, so I kind of had to watch ahead and prepare like a bunch of stuff ahead. It was like a whole thing with IRL stuff. That was the only way I could actually do it, like, consistently. It was a logistical decision. But that's the One Piece news. I think there are a few more extra pictures. Yeah, here. This is a 4K picture of Zoro doing the front flip. Wait. That's not Makenyu, is it? This is Makenyu. This is... Why does bro have a stunt double if he's doing it himself? That's crazy. It's a very nice little recording thing. Just in case you were confused what the bottle is, it's telling you that it's beer. Don't drink, kids. Oh, there it is. We have a 4K picture of Sanji's overall. This panda. There it is. What's this? This is Luffy flexing. Very nice, very nice. This might be my favorite picture out of the bunch. Just Usopp chilling. And this is, I don't know, like Luffy chilling, I guess. The stun double is for the acting scenes while he himself just does the action. I mean, makes sense, makes sense. I think it's interesting. They even have references to God Valley in live action because we're just now getting stuff. I wonder if Oda had some influence on that. I think yes. I think absolutely. I think this is where you're going to see like the magnificent back and forth of what happens when a creative person gets their hands on a different creative venture. That's why we saw Lego in the manga. Literally. It's because Oda got Lego for One Piece. That's it. There is no other reason why we got Lego in the manga. It's because Oda got One Piece Lego while they were doing this. It's pretty blatantly obvious to me, right? So I think this like constant back and forth, I think Little Garden's also going to be very, very interesting because of this. Little Garden's all about giants and like the whole mythos of Elbaf there. So I think when we see Little Garden, that's when we might also be like, you know, could get very interesting. Could get very interesting. And that's why I always get mad about so-called One Piece fans. So-called One Piece fans. When they argue about Oda spending too much time on the live action. Because the manga is getting better because Oda is getting his hands on different creative ventures. I guarantee it, he's thinking about things that he wouldn't have thought about otherwise. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Because that's what happens when you give a creative person tools. Nika mentions in Little Garden. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I would not be surprised at all. Again, it would have to be very, very subtle because like you don't want to like lean into like super in your face like baiting of the fans. But why not drop something that is somewhat subtle? When the crew is dancing around the fire, Dory and Bragi show them the Nika dance. That would go unfathomably hard. Because that would be subtle enough that people who know, they know. But for everyone else, it's just like whatever.